If delegation is just about giving away tasks, why do so many leaders feel more overwhelmed after they delegate? Why do projects take longer? And why do team members seem more confused, not less? Welcome back to Deliberate Leaders. I'm Allison Dunn, and today I'm exposing the most misunderstood skill in leadership. Let me start with a confession that might sound familiar. I used to be a terrible delegator. Not because I didn't delegate, I delegated constantly. I was always handing off tasks, assigning projects, and distributing work. The problem? Nothing ever got done the way I wanted. Deadlines were missed. Quality was inconsistent. And I found myself constantly jumping in to fix things or redo work entirely. Here's what I didn't realize. I wasn't actually delegating. I was just dumping tasks. Most leaders think delegation looks like this. Hey, Sarah, can you handle the client presentation for next week? Thanks. Then they walk away and expect magic to happen. Here's what actually happens. Sarah spends 3 days trying to figure out what you really want. She creates something that's 70% of what you had in mind. You spend 2 days fixing it. The client gets a mediocre presentation. And Sarah learns nothing except that she apparently can't handle important projects. That's not delegation. That's task dumping. And it's why so many leaders end up doing everything themselves. Real delegation isn't about giving away work. It's about building capability. I call this strategic delegation. Strategic delegation has 3 components that most leaders completely miss. Component 1, context transfer, not task transfer. When you delegate strategically, you're not just handing off what needs to be done, you're transferring the why, the how, the constraints, and the success criteria. Instead of saying, handle the client presentation, you say, I need you to create a presentation for the Johnson account renewal. Here's the context. They're nervous about pricing changes, they love data-driven recommendations, and their decision maker is detail-oriented. The goal is renewal at current rates while addressing their concerns. Here's how I structure these presentations and the key messages that resonate with this client. Component 2, capability building, not workload distribution. Strategic leaders delegate to build their team's capabilities, not just to free up time. You ask, what does this person need to learn to be more valuable? What skills do they need to develop? Then you create delegation opportunities that target those development areas, even if it means more work for you initially. Component 3, system creation, not task completion. Instead of delegating individual tasks, create systems that eliminate the need for future delegation. Instead of delegating, create this month's report, you delegate, design a reporting system that generates these insights automatically. Here's the strategic delegation framework. Step 1, the capability assessment. Before you delegate anything, ask, what capability am I trying to build in this person? Step 2, the context blueprint. Include the strategic context, success criteria, constraints, available resources, and decision-making authority. Step 3, the learning loop. Build in a preparation session, check-in points, and completion debrief. Step 4, the system integration. Ask, how can we systematize this so it doesn't require my involvement next time? I worked with a marketing director who was constantly overwhelmed because she was personally involved in every campaign decision. We implemented strategic delegation. Instead of delegating campaign execution, she delegated campaign strategy development with full context transfer and learning loops. The result? Within 6 months, her team was creating campaigns as good as or better than what she would have created herself. More importantly, they were thinking strategically instead of just executing tasks. Here's your challenge. Pick one recurring task you currently handle personally. Instead of just delegating the task, use the strategic delegation framework. Identify what capability you want to build, create a context blueprint, design a learning loop, and think about systematizing the process. This will feel like more work initially, but you'll discover it creates exponential value over time. Delegation isn't about getting work off your plate, it's about building a team that can handle complex challenges without you. Stop dumping tasks and start building capabilities. Stop distributing work and start creating systems. That's the difference between leaders who stay overwhelmed and leaders who build organizations that can scale. That's a wrap for today's episode of Deliberate Leaders. Great leaders don't just delegate work, they delegate growth. Until next time, keep thinking boldly, leading deliberately, and showing up with purpose.